Now, the East London charity You Make It, which works to help young women gain business skills, confidence, self-belief, says it is at risk of going under unless it secures more funding. The organisation has launched a campaign to raise £50,000 to allow it to continue to operate in 2019. We're going to be speaking to its founder in a moment. First, here is part of a campaign video.
Without You Make It, I would have never had the guts and inspiration to start my very own successful business.
I wouldn't have had a clear vision of where I want to get to and where I will get to.
I would have no idea how to sell myself in interviews or have two lined up this afternoon.
I wouldn't have the confidence that I have today.
I wouldn't have anyone to believe in me, and I wouldn't be in a full-time employment.
I wouldn't have made it through the other side of depression.
There we go. Well, Asma Shah is the founder and chief executive of You Make It. Thank you
Hello.
for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
7 years in the running now. Just to give us a sense about, we kind of get a feeling of what these women have gone through with the organisation, but what do you aim to do?
We aim to empower them, to give them a greater sense of confidence and a sense of entitlement to happy and productive lives in the city. And we do that through a 6-month programme that offers them a whole range of activities: one-to-one mentoring, therapy, pastoral care, tailored work placements, business startup, project support, and just very loving, close relationships with our small but wonderful You Make It team. Yeah,
there are figures which suggest 90% of them that go on to this course stick with it. They go through the whole process.
Yeah.
They want to be there. Why is that working, whereas perhaps other schemes aren't?
I think it's because we don't take a really straightforward approach to working with unemployed and underemployed people. Our work is not just about this is how you write a CV, this is how you get a job. It's very much about holistic approaches to working with our women, taking care of them from the inside out and really caring for them. So if you're a woman who's been neglected, who has quite a difficult backstory and lots of issues that you've hidden away and trauma, to be looked after by us in a way that is beyond job search, but more to do with how happy you are and your sense of self-worth, you're more likely to stick to an initiative. And I think that's why we've got that fantastic track record of 90% retention, and actually 82% of the 200 graduates we've worked with today have gone on to paid employment, working on their own startups with access to higher education. So we're a really integral service. Yeah,
there's a strong argument there as to then why you should be protected. However, it's a difficult time. The charity sector is struggling.
Sure. What's
your pitch to say, please help us, because all of these organisations need help?
The pitch is that what we do works. I mean, we have been going, I set this up for my kitchen table in 2011. We've doubled the numbers that we work with on an annual basis. We have that fantastic, clear, demonstrable social impact. Our women become economically active. They then contribute to society and the economy. Those who set up business contribute to making jobs. So it's not just an altruistic venture to support something like this. It's about enriching the economy and society as a whole. So I would think it's just everyone's responsibility to support interventions like this.
Yeah, given that idea that actually what this does is add to the economy, it brings people into employment. And you say it's everybody's responsibility. Is it employers' responsibility to perhaps say, I could see my future staff here, so perhaps I should be putting some cash in?
Absolutely. And one of the things that we have been doing more this year is reaching out to businesses, especially creative businesses where we're based in the East End of London, who are really keen to work with us in terms of sponsoring placements going forward, but also putting staff forward to mentor our young women and offering work placements. Arguably, it's also still government's responsibility, but I think, as we know, there have been massive hits to the charity sector. And so now we're at a point where we're reaching out to, people in the capital, Londoners, to help support our work through our crowdfunding campaign.
If we don't reach that £50,000 target, what impact will that have on your charity next year?
It will mean that at some point in 2019, this fantastic work will stop.
Right, so this is critical.
This is absolutely critical. This is one, crowdfunding campaign is one aspect of a whole fundraising strategy that we are running with at the moment, but it's a really integral one.
OK, Asma Shah from You Make It, thank you for telling us about the situation you're in. You can find out more details about that campaign. If you go to the crowdfunder website and you search for You Make It, you'll find out all the details there.